This, believe it or not, is my first workbench and has been for the last 3 years. Well, technically, you're looking at Bailey Dog stealing the spotlight, but if you squint past his furry face, you'll see our old kitchen table. Sentimental? Not really. Practical? Absolutely. Sturdy? Well, you be the judge. Now, I love this thing because I can screw stuff straight into the surface, spray paint all around it, beat it up, nobody cares. This is me making a router sled to make cheese boards for Alan's birthday. Video on this channel, obviously. Recently, one of the legs on the workbench started wobbling. I fixed it, of course, Bodger's pride and all that, but it got me thinking, could I make it better? Well, not better, but taller and on wheels, because if you can't make something useful, at least make it movable. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not a full workbench build. I'm just not that skilled. I'm your below average weekend warrior, garage dwelling, pallet obsessed DIYer. So today's masterpiece, raise the workbench, slap on some Castor wheels and squeezing an extra storage shelf. All without spending a single penny. Because I'm tight and I like free. Who doesn't, right? It needs to look good as well. Most of my projects have the emphasis on looking good rather than being good. Is that fair? You can write your own comments. The wood scraps here are courtesy of Dorothy House Charity Shop. Lovely people, too many pine beds that they can't sell. Perfect combo for me. These are the bed slats that I painted for a recent pallet slat wall. Yeah, video on the channel, obviously. Rejected at the last moment though, because they're too colourful, so they're sitting around waiting to be put to work. I made a lovely little bench for my son's patio last year, using some of the pine slats, and both the bench build and the actual patio itself, both on this channel. Let's glue this lot together and make something that vaguely resembles a shelf. Now, proper woodworkers have clamping tables, fancy jigs, parallel clamps, all that kind of stuff. I, on the other hand, have 2 planks, some recently cut silver painted pallet slat wedges, and 2 Victorian flat irons. I make my own clamping table. I have clamps, you can see them in the right hand side of this video, down by the garage door, but I like to challenge myself every now and again. I screw down 2 straightish planks of pallet wood to the workbench. I cut 2 of the silvered pallet slats into triangles. These will be the wedges to provide the side grip. And it's glue up time. I'm not going to use the expensive tight bond on this crappy project, so just the standard wood glue will do. Doesn't even need to be outdoor stuff either. Not even using my favourite green spatula either. But the orange gloves and the lime yellow t-shirt are a winner though, aren't they? More glue here than a GCSE art class. And probably less talent. Right, here's a totally unnecessary artistic clip of my miter saw station. You are welcome. And of course, I ran out of painted wood, so out come the pallet slats, the miter saw, the circular saw. It's just general chaos. A table saw is ideal for this project. I would tell you that I used the circular saw to demonstrate to beginners how you can work around not having expensive equipment, but the real reason is much more entertainment. My table saw died, and I watched countless videos of replacement table saws, and I got committed to spending 370 quid on the Evolution R255 TBL Plus table saw, mainly after watching Ross on his Fat Hog channel, and Keith Brown's Rag and Bone Brown video. You know the one with the Rutland blade, the guard explosion. But most importantly, Split Bark Studio, 1 minute 25 into his video, and I'm running out to the garage because he showed me
reset button in case the machine trips.
Yay! The table saw's back into life. So get used to the dumbass using a circular saw during these clips. These wedges worked a treat. If you've not yet got bar clamps or sash clamps to use in the glue up, consider making some of these wedges. If you've recently seen Iron Maiden on their 50th anniversary tour, and you've made Southern Comfort storage jars, and you can keep the wedges on the shelf in front of your pallet wall. Yes, both are videos on this channel. Hated the glass bottle project though. Next up is trimming the edges of the shelf. Now I did this before the final glue up. I got away with it, nothing moved, but you should do the final glue up before doing this final cut. Anyway, as you see, I chuck the shelf bits onto the workbench, I line them up, and then I add this very poor man track saw. It's not even a jig, it's just a random bit of MDF collected from the offcut bin at our local DIY store, the orange one here in the UK. Now I have this piece of wood which is exactly the same width as the gap between my circular saw blade and the edge of the base plate. Absolutely great idea. Again, strongly recommend it to any newbie beginner to make yourself one or get yourself one. I offer this plank and measure it up where I want the cut line to be. Handsaw and clamps will be required later, but away we go with a circular saw doing all the hard lifting for me. Vacuum clean. Bailey arrives for this. He's not allowed on my side of the garage when sawdust is being made, but he absolutely loves following the vacuum cleaner around. Always has done. Right, final glue up. But like I say, you should do this before you trim the edges because you'll get a straighter line. But we get away with it, I think. The bar clamps. Lovely. I'm glad I bought these from eBay 3 years ago. As good as the wedges are, the bar clamps are a great investment into your own future. They're a well-used product and I still love doing a glue up project. Next, it's time for some Castor wheels. These Castor wheels have a brake on each and every one of them. They're nice big industrial ones and I've used them before on my drawer unit, so I know they work really, really well. I don't have the right screws for the job and I'm not going to buy any new ones, but I have got some washers of, shall we say, questionable origin. They work well to secure the wheels in place, but for legal reasons I cannot tell you where the washers came from, but they were free as well. Anyway, wheels on, table drag to the edge, drop down, steel toe caps doing their job. Lovely. Right, time to glue and screw the edge of the table back on. I loved my circular saw, but it did get into a fight with the workbench during this build, and I did tell you a table saw is a better tool for the job. Glue and screw will do though. It's a workbench for me, not for the royal family. Now, once I attach this to the shelf, it is going to be taller than my usual standard height of 720mm. Mine is now, well, let's just call it experimental. I might chop the legs down later, but for now I'll embrace the new giraffe-friendly version and see how I get on with it. This was also my first time using pocket hole screws. I've got this Craig jig that I've had for years, gathering dust, and I finally thought, why not? Honestly, I don't know why I've waited. It might be because I like making my life harder for myself. Thank you to James's Man Cave for throwing this jig in with the table saw when I bought it from him a few years back. But James, you should have told me about that trip switch. I've got 2 boxes of pocket screws, which admittedly I did purchase, but it was with a gift card from Screwfix for my birthday. That's nice, isn't it? Right, it's time to add shit, shite and general crap to the new shelf. I've already put the DeWalt T-stack boxes underneath. Don't need those unless I'm working away. Added a rubbish bin, scrap wood bin, my compressor bits, the vacuum bits, and I think I'll add a DeWalt box in here as well in a minute. Click the casters into lock mode with my shiny new DeWalt Comfort Plus steel toe cap boots. Stood back, pretended it was a proper project. Bailey's there inspecting it, he's approved it, but immediately lost interest, he's just looking for biscuits. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Bentley of odds jobs. A workbench lift with a bonus shelf. Cost me nothing but time, glue, a few screws and some questionable design decisions. Free projects are the best projects. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this nonsense, hit the button, leave a sarcastic comment, and I'll see you next time for some more questionable DIY. In the meantime, lovely. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click on like. If you didn't, or you think you can tell me how to improve, please comment below. Now I've lined up another video that I think you might like, but if you want to see more of my videos, why not subscribe? And if you change the bell notification, you'll be amongst the first to see my new stuff as it comes along. If not, hope you enjoyed. See you again. Lovely. Bye.